robots, again, are a very interesting topic. I was joking earlier that in a few years, I might not be even needed anymore. We could just have a robot up here talking to you. But I hope it's a lot more fun having a human here, making it interesting. There's lots of you out there, so please come and take your seats for this amazing panel. Again, poor Sara. We have Sara as our moderator. And welcome to stage Seif Hakim, the Alpha, and who is the founder and CEO of the Alpha Movement. We have Hikmat Wehbi, the photographer, director, and podcaster at W Studio, and Ahmad Jaber, the international renowned podcaster who has his podcast, Jibber with Jabber. Our amazing panel. Sara, again, take it away.
I'm taking it away. Again, my friends are on stage, and we're going to have an exciting time because I've been on every single podcast of yours, and they were all hits. You guys are amazing at what you do. I'm not going to introduce. You're going to introduce, and if I feel like you're not doing justice, I'll come and fan you up. Yeah.
Oh, so my name is Seif Hakim. I'm a founder of the Alpha Movement. I call myself the mad scientist. Like over the past 15 years, I've been in corporate life. I reached the CMO position of Samsung. Then afterwards, jumped on my entrepreneurship journey, running my kind of 8 businesses. In sports, I went to Mr. Olympia and in the professional team of Kung Fu. So I would say I love doing experiments. And lately, I'm focusing on the Alpha Movement. Part of it is the Alpha Talks, where I had a lovely interview with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. He said it all, but you're extremely successful as well at what you do. Open up. Try to talk closer.
My name is Hikmat Wehbi. I'm a director. I started as a photographer at the beginning. I love telling stories, and I love hearing stories through my career. And this developed of me creating my first podcast 3 years ago, to hear what people's stories are and to get inspired and move on. That's it.
But your podcast is one of the strongest podcasts. It's in Arabic, but it's one of the strongest podcasts in the region as well. And an amazing photographer. I've seen your work.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hello.
AJ.
My name's AJ. Not much to say. I'm just a child in a man's body trying to escape adulthood for as long as possible.
Enough said.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you so
describes
much.
me perfectly. Exactly.
No, come on. Tell them what you do.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Just a podcaster,
AJ.
trying my best to get ahead. That's
no,
it.
you're crashing it with your podcast. 3 of you are crashing it with your podcast. But I love your attitude in your podcast and the way you do things. And the reason why I do that is because when I visited you to do the interview, you gave me like 10 Funko Pops.
That's it,
So
right?
I like you even more.
Exactly.
I collect Funko Pops, and he does as well. So he gifted me 10 of them.
We're having a competition even till today.
I am at number 315.
So Sarah's going to take over from now on.
Well, how many do you have?
Huh?
How many do you have?
Minimal, but very specialized ones. You know, I like memorabilia, science stuff and stuff. So it's very specific.
So you don't collect
specific.
them all.
No.
Got it. I'm the one who's hoarding and junking. So the reason why I wanted 3 of you on a panel is because human interaction in what you do, especially your podcast and the awareness you bring to the world, through every channel your podcast is streamed on. You are changing people's lives, you're impacting lives. It's not easy to do a podcast. It takes time, it takes energy, and you're the one listening and not talking most of the time, which I don't think I can do because I feel like I was made to speak. But how would you feel if one day you'd had to interview model X67Z9 in your podcast? How would that make you feel when we reach to that level?
It will be super interesting, actually.
Interesting?
Super interesting. I always like to explore things. I want to see this model, how she is created.
Okay.
I like exploration. So having such things on the podcast, I think...
Having robots on your podcasts.
Why not? Why not? What stops it?
So no more humans.
Humans and robots. And
Okay.
whose vital more will live.
Okay, do you like the futuristic movement and the robotics and the AI movement? Do you like it?
Okay, this is a game, right?
Okay.
Either I play or I don't play. So I decide to play to survive and flourish. So I like it, yes, whether it's real or not, I have to position myself that I like it.
Yeah.
Because I have to play to win. And of course, having all this around us will give us a leverage to go beyond what we can do now.
Okay.
And having a leverage means I can be more impactful, I can scale, I can grow. Why should I hate it then?
Yeah, but how do you feel about when you interview somebody? There's a story, there's experience, there's emotions, there's feeling. What is the experience of a robot? It was in a warehouse
Why
for
not?
3 months.
Could
Somebody
be.
bought it. Data was installed in it.
When I don't know, and I don't know, I'm sure there will be a story behind.
Got
How
it.
they were created, the chip was coming from X, Y, Z. There will be another narrative to the story. It won't be our narrative to a story, but a different narrative, which will be interesting, I believe.
All right. I never thought you looked at it this way, so this is very eye-opening. What about you, Hikmat?
You said that we like to listen to people in our podcast, and this is something very important. We listen because we are searching for a small moment that the person is expressing himself and telling his real story and his genuine feeling about his story, which is actually difficult. Through a 1 hour podcast, you might get one like genuine moment that will affect or impact a lot of people. So to get it out from a human is kind of difficult. Imagine interviewing a robot.
Ask him directly.
So
He will be direct.
it's not gonna have the feeling that you are searching for, that you wanna relate and people wanna relate to that person and learn from it. I mean, we create content, and you're in the business world and fashion world. If we don't connect our creation to a person, to a human behind it, like brands are struggling to push for a content that it will not sell unless it have a human aspect to it or has a person behind it. So it's gonna be quite difficult to connect with the robot.
Yeah, because I'm thinking today's episode, he interviewed a robot. Okay, it's amazing, it's cool, it's trending. But do I really want to hear what a robot has to say? Okay, it might be interesting, but can I connect to a robot? I can't, right?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's called artificial intelligence, which
Yeah.
is artificial. It's fake.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's a great tool. It's something that we are discovering, and it's gonna maybe advance the world and change and help us.
Yeah.
And it's gonna remove some of the jobs that we don't need
Yeah.
to have it, and probably it's gonna give us more time to have fun in life and to connect with each other. Because I believe in the future, like, I don't know, 20, 30, 50 years, we shouldn't be working to make a living. We should be working to sit with our son, towards education, towards humanity. We should be doing something.
We shouldn't be surviving.
We
you
shouldn't be
mean.
surviving,
Yeah.
working just to,
Yeah.
for our healthcare and working to
enjoy.
educate ourselves. We should be working and connecting. So if the robot's gonna help us achieve that, why not?
I like that perspective. AJ,
Yeah, I think like the beauty of what we do is that we get to choose who we interview and why that's what's interesting to us. And I think the personal touch is really important. Like, for example, on our show, we were giving each other gifts. You know, you gave me a little Marge Simpson that I still have sitting in the house. And that
Yes.
stuff. And I mean, I personally do my podcast for a completely different reason that I think anyone else in the world does it. So I'm not really interested in views or any of this stuff. It's the personal thing. So my reason for doing it, which nobody really knows, is like completely separate. If, for example, there were robots that had enough knowledge in them that they could create a robot who looks and sounds and feels exactly like Malcolm X or Mahatma Gandhi and has their knowledge in their head, it would be interesting to do an interview with someone from the past if they could have enough information there
But
to
it would,
portray
it
that.
would never be the person
But
from the past.
it would, these
There's
days,
no consciousness.
Yeah, there's no consciousness, but I feel like it could be something interesting to do for fun. But for another reason, it's very personal. That's why I always decline Zoom interviews. I've declined some really big names because I don't want to be sitting talking to a computer, because you've been at my podcast. It's the most unprofessional thing you'll ever go to. It's literally just I feed off what you're giving, and that's where it goes. I don't have any questions written. I don't know what I'm going to ask you, but I can tell wherever the conversation's going based on your emotion that you're giving back to me. So I feel like it could be done, but it's not. I don't see it as a threat or anything like that for me at all.
Got it. Okay, what if I told you to name 3 things you like about this movement and 3 things you hate? Like, just give me pointers, because I want to see what's the first things your mind pick up.
Okay.
So 3 things you like, 3 things you don't like.
3 things I don't like, I would say QC, quality control.
Okay.
Relying so much on an algorithm. Third, too robotic.
Too robotic.
Too robotic.
3 things you like.
Efficiency,
Okay.
analyzing, and selection of what matters.
Okay. So, I mean, there's a balance there.
Of course.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Hikmat, what about you? 3 things you like, 3 things you hate.
See, we like the process of things, meaning like I started photography when I was shooting with films, and to process the films, to go to the dark room. So we love the process. At the end of the day, we're taking picture or telling a story. That's the end result. So it's a hate-love, because AI is gonna remove the process, which is gonna make things faster. But we human, we love process, you know? We love to take things with our hand, take our time, because that's the journey that we take. So it's a, love-hate thing, you know? I love it because it's gonna get us to the target, whatever is our target, you know? If we are creating a movie, okay, let's go make a movie in 1 click. This is what you aim to do. But the end of the day, you love the process. You love doing it, you know, step by step. You love to make mistakes and fix them. So
It's like ordering food online is easy, it's fun, but there's nothing like a home-cooked meal. So it's like no matter how much we depend on the other thing, we always want the real thing. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
But maybe this technology is gonna let us forget the things that are wasting our time in a way.
Yeah.
And then, you know, look for a better purpose in life, better, you know, amazing things that we can do for humanity and not waste time with the process.
Got it. AJ.
I think for me, whether it be good or bad, I'm very neutral about the whole subject. I don't see it affecting me in the slightest. I don't think an hour past what I'm doing now for it to even affect me. I mean, there's people that are saying, oh, there's influencers that are making millions and they don't actually exist and they're fake, and some people don't know that. But again, if it doesn't affect me, I'm not really
But
worried about
don't you have a fear that one day, okay, so the interviewer asks questions. We get the story and the emotion pulled from the guy who's a guest, right?
Yeah.
What if you get replaced by a robot?
So the thing is, I won't get replaced by a robot. And where I mentioned before, the reason I do my podcast. So just to really briefly make it short, my father passed away when I was 2. I have no memory of my father whatsoever. This is an exclusive for you. Nobody knows this. So when I speak to my brothers and sisters, they were quite young when he passed away. So they don't have much to say to me. So I don't know why I am who I am, or why I do things, or what reasons I am, why I scratch my head this way or this way. So for me, indirectly, if I pass away tomorrow, already I've left my children with 250 hours to watch of me so they can connect to me and know who I am and how I was and why I wink that way or why I blink that way or the kind of stupid jokes that I would make. So my reasons for doing things are completely different. So the robot could never replace my message that I'm giving to them. It's strictly leaving a legacy for them specifically. All the rest of the stuff that comes with it is great, it's fun, but that's my main reason for doing it. So I'm not worried again in the slightest. I've already got 250 hours. If I get to 1,000, that's awesome. But if not, I'm happy to leave it as it is.
Yeah. Can you just tell everyone where can they find your podcast, the name of your podcast?
Same name, Jibber with Jabber, online on all platforms.
So his
the same one.
platform is called Jibber with Jabber. It's under his name. And you're on YouTube?
Every single platform, the
Every.
same name. Yeah, yeah.
OnlyFans?
Also, yeah. Same name. Everything's the same name. Yeah. I like to keep the brand straight, you know.
I love the
Yeah,
consistency.
Yeah, right?
Hikmat, what about your podcast?
It's on everywhere, YouTube and all the audio platforms, and it's called Hikmat Wehbi Podcast.
So it's your name, Hikmat
my
Wehbi
name.
Podcast. Guys, this is where you can find them. Not on OnlyFans, I was joking. Okay, and then Seif.
It's the, I want to say something because, you
Of
know, I always
course.
think,
Yeah.
when you said like the pros and cons, to summarize, I believe what each and everyone said, AI, robotics, or whatever, will make us change from being functional being to more of vital being. So they will do all the process, the things that really waste our time, and give us the role of being vital. We go to meet, talk, be creative, sit with our families, and I think that's the most important part we need to focus on.
Yeah, but is it really taking us there? Because now, if somebody dies, people don't attend the funeral, they WhatsApp you, sorry for your loss.
That's tech.
Yeah, but that's tech, right?
Being lazy as people.
If we have more of that, how are humans going to be connected? More.
I agree, but I think it gives us more time to actually do that. And I think from the beginning of humanity till now, the one thing about humans in general is that we're adaptable and we're resistant. I feel like just like our parents had to adapt to the new way, just like we adapted to having a phone, just like the new kids are adapting to have that, we'll adapt. We'll adapt without even realizing it.
But we're losing control
Of what?
of connectivity between humans.
No, I don't believe so. I still believe the important people that you need to connect with, you connect with. Everyone else is just
I've invited you
acquaintance.
to for so many events. You're always busy.
Yeah, because you know I don't like wearing trousers and long sleeves. I wear shorts everywhere, and all of your events are so smart that I just.
My
I
events
just
allow
sacrifice.
shorts. What are you talking about? No. Where can they find your podcast?
It's the Alpha Talks on all platforms.
Alpha Talks on all platforms. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to add?
I just want to add something. That's what worries me a lot.
Okay.
Is I want to call it pollution that's going to happen in the internet, because right now the AI is feeding out from the internet, and we are using this information and putting it back to the internet, which means it's going to have less human, more AI, and then the new generation is not going to have a reference of human thoughts, and it's going to be mixed of AI thoughts and new research that is generated from the AI. So that kind of makes...
So you're worried for the future generations, the children
Yes.
and all that. Because I see a little bit disconnect with my son, and I'm extremely spiritual. I'm a tree hugger, I'm a nature. I try to make him connect with all of that. But it's hard because his environment, his school, his friends, it
true.
all affects him.
And you have a reference to take all your thoughts and all your
Yeah.
nostalgic memories from. They will not have that. They will have mix of images that is generated by AI and movies that are generated by AI, which maybe not have all the human reference that they can source their inspiration from.
Anything else, Seif? AJ?
Just worst case scenario, we'll just unplug it and plug it back in again. It's just the way it
Do you want me to tell you a story about that?
is. Go for it.
Okay. I've said it actually last year in AIBC as well. My friend is an investor in Google, one of the biggest investors. They had an urgent meeting. They all gathered for the meeting. We're talking Queen Rania, all the biggest people involved in Google. The CEO of Google was telling the investors that we created an AI. This is 7 years ago. We created an AI. It's so intelligent, every time we switch it off or destroy it, it opens itself and rebuilds itself, so we cannot control it anymore. 7 years ago. So, Habibi, what do you want to unplug?
We're all good, man.
What are you going to unplug?
People are just worried for no reason. We'll adapt. It'll be
We're
fine.
worried for no
It'll
reason.
be fine, man.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming. This was
Thank you so much.
interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.